Welcome back to the Rest in Peace podcast, where we talk about all the creative things. I'm Angie, and this is my lovely co-host, Bailey.
Hello.
How's it going this week, Bailey?
It's going all right.
Yeah. That sounds super convincing.
Wasn't I? No, it's going good. Yeah, things are good. How are you, Angie?
Yeah, I'm good. Good-ish? I don't know. You know how it is.
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
I would like to know how the garlic is going, because for listeners who have not been here before, where have you been? Okay. Go back, watch the first episode. We talk about creative things, and sometimes we talk about random life things. And one of the things we talked about was Bailey is crocheting an entire body pillow that looks like a package of garlic.
Yes.
So that's catching you up, but go listen to that first episode if you haven't seen it. So Bailey, tell the Clovies how this garlic is going.
All right. So let's backtrack a little bit. I went to my friend Marnie's house, a couple of days ago, and I don't know, she does everything with her hands. Like that's what her job is, and she's like an amazing crafter and stuff like that. So I don't know if it was just like the environment, or if like I was able to concentrate, or I was actually following the pattern for once. Like that could have been it. But I have completed a garlic, sort of, or at least I got the body of it done. And then I started to go off the rails, and I can't figure out the stem. So, but here it is.
Yeah, let's see this. Let's see this bugger. Come on.
Here she is.
Wow. That, I have to admit, significantly bigger than I thought, but also, why wouldn't I think it's bigger? It's a body pillow.
It's a body pillow.
So that's impressive. So you've not picked it apart, which is...
I haven't.
Right there.
No, I haven't. Like, it's because the body's right, but the stem's not. So I can't figure out the stem, which I might have to take apart. But like, I'm not picking apart the body. Wow.
Yes.
And I bought some like polyfill to fill it with. And I overnighted that, okay, because I was so excited. So I was like waiting by the door like this.
Where's my polyfill?
Where's my polyfill? Amazon was probably like, this house again. Yeah. So I overnighted some polyfill, and now I'm stuck again because I don't know how to do the stem, but I'm doing it. Yeah. So what about you? Did you do your homework?
I did. Again, if you haven't listened last week, what have you been doing? Listen to us. We're pretty funny. I'm just saying. My homework was to create a playlist based on every song that pops up into my head first thing in the morning, because my brain is like a jukebox. It literally, I wake up in the morning and the music starts instantly, which is really odd because I don't actually have an alarm that plays music. So it's not even like I heard a song or whatever. It's not. So I'm really embarrassed to say this because the first few days were really out there. I haven't been doing this for very long. The first day was out of control. The Macarena. Well, it's actually not called the Macarena. It's called Macarena. I looked it up. And I'm just like, I haven't listened to that song since my days at the bar in the 90s. Like, doing the Macarena, which everybody did. I mean, I don't know what year that came out. I couldn't tell you. But that's not something I have on my playlist normally. It's not something I listen to. But I woke up on whatever morning it was, I think it was Monday morning, and was like, we're just full force Macarena this morning. Which is a really weird way to start a week of work.
I mean, like, I don't know if you like wake up like I do, but I wake up like a vampire and to just sit up, and then like to hear like Macarena like happening in your head is like so amazing.
That would be hilarious. No, I don't just sit up like a vampire. I'm usually like I open my one eye, look at the time, and be like, oh my god, I have to get up. Yeah. And I almost was like, do I just pretend I didn't have a song today? Because Billy's gonna ask me, and I'm gonna have to admit that the first song was Macarena.
We're starting off strong, guys.
Starting off strong, okay? Day 2, I woke up to another song I haven't listened to forever, which is Space Oddity by David Bowie, which I didn't know it was called Space Oddity. It's the ground control to Major Tom. Okay. Why? I don't know. I guess that's my brain being like, time to get up. We're going to work. Ground control. Let's go. I don't know. It was a very weird second day. Okay.
I just like, if you chart it out, you know, like, it'd be like, Macarena.
Yeah.
And then Space Oddity. Okay. And I'm dying to hear the third. What's the third?
Okay. So number 3, California Dreamin' by the Mamas and Papas. I'm assuming by Wednesday, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, you're like,
I want to be anywhere but here. California Dreamin', okay? I live in Canada, as we've discussed before. It's freaking cold. It's still snow. Everyone's talking about spring and flowers, and I'm like, well, I can't say what I want to say, but it involved my hands, as you saw that I was going to do it. I'm not impressed, okay? I live in Canada. There's snow everywhere. We are nowhere near spring. So I woke up on Wednesday and was like, California Dreamin', which I've never been to California, but whatever. I mean, I flew through it, but...
And you just like walked into a church.
Yeah, I got down on my knees.
Got down on my knees.
Literally. I was just like, I can't. And I think it's because, you know, I started the week upbeat. We're excited. And then I was
Macarena.
like... And then I was like, yeah, Macarena, this is not the Macarena. But for those who can watch us, this is not the Macarena.
Yes, we're on YouTube.
Yeah, and then which apparently Spotify has video too. I didn't know that. I'm so not with technology. Anyways, then day 2, it was like ground control. Let's go. Okay, get out of bed. Right, that was hard, and I have to admit, I do work part from home, part from the office. So day 1, at home. Day 2, ground control. You're in the office. Okay. Then by day 3, which was also in the office, I was like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I want a California Dreamin'. Okay. So we came in hot on the first 3 days. The next 3 days are songs that are from an artist that you probably haven't heard of. Her name is Laura Resnick. She's a Canadian artist. I actually used to work with her years ago when I lived in Vancouver. She's just an indie musician who's just trying to make a living as a musician, obviously. Fantastic. So if you ever get a chance to listen to her music, Laura Resnick, I'll put her name in the show notes below. Nice. So the next 3 songs were hers. So Blood Orange, High Water, and Collectors. So that was kind of like more modern than the first 3 days. And I do have to admit that I had been listening to her music like a couple days previously, so I think those were just still stuck in my head, which they're fantastic songs. So I feel like I really balanced the week out between like really odd, not obscure, but like where do those come from? To like, okay, now we're just settled in. We're settled into the week, right? So, so that was my playlist. I'm gonna keep going. I'm just gonna I call this playlist Jukebox Head. Okay. And I'm just gonna, every day, I'm gonna get up if there's a song, because there's gonna be a song. I'm just gonna keep putting it in, and maybe this can be a regular feature. Tell me the weirdest song that we've done this week, but yeah,
amazing.
So that was that experiment. Thoughts, comments,
Clovies, weigh in.
Clovies, yeah. Do you like those songs? Do you know those songs?
Yes.
I didn't say who the Macarena's by. I don't even know. Honestly, like, this Macarena.
Sorry, does anyone? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe
like,
the people that wrote it, I mean, they know.
Yes. And, I mean, I keep calling it the Macarena, but that's the dance. It's not actually called the Macarena.
Just Macarena.
It's just Macarena.
You heard it here first. It's just Macarena.
Just okay. Macarena. So that's been my week.
Cool.
In general.
That's a week.
Yeah, I haven't really done much else, but really focus on the fact that my brain is weird in the morning. Yeah. So nice. I see today that we finally get to see your tattoos.
And yours.
And mine. Yours. Well, yeah, I got a couple showing.
Yes. Yeah, I kind of have them everywhere.
Yeah, Millie's covered. For those who, again, haven't listened, Okay, this is going to be the last time I say it. If you haven't listened to our previous episodes, go do it.
Go do it. What are you
You're
doing?
missing out. You're missing out.
What are you doing?
But we did talk about Bailey's 20 tattoos.
20 tattoos.
20 tattoos.
Not to be gross, but I counted them in the shower. And then I got really upset because I realized that I was missing 2. And I was like, oh no, I just lied to like our 13 subscribers and like all these people that are listening to us.
Yeah.
And like, they're here. They're right here, guys. They're
Oh
there.
my gosh.
All
You didn't lose
20s.
them.
All 20s here. It's all
They're all
good.
accounted for.
They're all accounted for.
That's okay. When I first counted mine, I said 7. It's actually 8. So, I mean, like, I feel like after 2, you just start losing track, really.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm not even double digits, but they are beautiful. I have seen,
Thanks.
I mean, I don't know if I've seen all your tattoos. That might be a little personal, but I've seen a good chunk of them.
She has.
Yeah.
They're mostly invisible spots on my body. So I can cover up them. And yeah, I feel like they're like an expression of like all the things I didn't get to do when I was a kid, and like some of them are like, we've talked about this before. Some of them are meaningful, some of them are silly, and it's just me like kind of running wild with my body and stuff like that. What are they for you, Angie? Like, what do you feel like your tattoos are for you?
Okay, so I grew up loving Red Hot Chili Peppers. They were like my favorite band for years. And not that I don't really have a favorite band anymore. Let's just put it out there. I stopped listening to music, 2000s-ish, because that's what I did. But I'm really big in their old music. And if you know anything about Red Hot Chili Peppers, they are covered in tattoos. So I always wanted tattoos from like the time I was quite little. Well, not little, but like when I started listening to their music. I was 2 years old.
Please, Mom.
What would you like for Christmas? Make a tattoo.
I'm over here like, I want a pony. And Angie's like,
no.
I want a tattoo.
I feel like probably grade like 5 or 6, I feel like is like, so like, I don't know how, like 11, I don't know, like 11, 12-ish. I started really wanting tattoos. I didn't get my first one till I was 19. And it was literally like, this is a story. I had friends who also wanted tattoos, and we were supposed to get tattoos together, okay? In Canada, in where I live, the legal age is 18. So I waited a whole extra year because I was trying to decide. Then my friends like showed up at my house and they were like, hey, we got tattoos yesterday. I was like, what? You went without me? And they're like, yeah, well, we were just driving by this place and whatever. So I was pissed.
The shade of it all.
Yeah. So then I was like, well, I'm going the next day. So they took me to the place where I was going, which was shady. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't exist anymore. The guy literally looked like a biker. It was just like him in a room with an autoclave machine, which was good because at least I knew they were sanitizing stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
I still had no clue what I was getting at this point. Let me just to be clear. I walked into the tattoo parlor being like, that image off the wall in blue and purple. And that was my first tattoo. And it was, I'll show it here. It's this one, which is, it looks so ghetto. It's pretty faded. I mean,
it's held up for really good.
But I guess that would have been 98. Yeah, 98. So it's pretty old. It's totally ghetto. It's my ghetto tattoo. And I picked it off the wall, and that was my first tattoo. So not a lot of thought went into that one. Some of my other ones, like this one, has a lot of thought into it. So this is my Reaper who's reading a book, drinking some tea or coffee, whatever, you decide. Reading some books with a cat. That has a lot of meaning in it. So I say half of my tattoos have meaning, half of my tattoos are just random shit that good enough.
I think it's interesting that you were like, I don't want a Red Hot Chili Peppers tattoo. I just want a tattoo like them. You know what I mean? Like,
I never thought about getting, because they have a symbol. They have a very nice symbol, and like one of them has it like right on their wrist there. And I mean, but it never crossed my mind to do that, which is kind of strange.
Right.
While I think about it.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm picking up on. I guess I'll go to my silliest tattoo and then my most meaningful.
What about your first one too?
Oh, my first one's on my back. It's back here. It's awful. Like, it's not awful. It was well done, and it was.
Listen, you're not winning the award for awful with this one, okay? I don't care what's on your back. You're not winning that award. I got that.
It's a great tattoo. It was really done well. I didn't take care of it well.
Yeah.
It was my first tattoo. I got sun poisoning years later, and got bubbled skin and all the stuff on it.
God.
Yeah, so it just didn't held up well. I should have probably go get it redone, but I just didn't. And it's on my back, so I don't see it. So I just but oh my, can I tell you about my first tattoo experience?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there, and my husband was supposed to be with me, and he had to run out for something. And so it was just me and the tattoo artist, and he was another. I called every lady ma'am, but every guy boss. Just like one of those guys.
Yeah.
And he was doing my tattoo, and I was like, Sir, I'm very hot. Like, I'm getting very hot. I feel like I'm going to pass out, basically. And I'm like, he's like, oh, well, what do you need? What do you need? And I was like, can I just take my shoes off? And he was like, huh? But he got me a Coca-Cola and got me sugar, which really helps you your body not go into shock, basically.
Yeah.
And that helped immediately, and I got through it. But for a minute I was like, this isn't bad, but I need my shoes off.
That is the weirdest thing to need. I mean, I kind of get that because I feel like sometimes when I'm hot, I need to take my socks off or whatever. But you're getting your back tattoo.
My back tattoo.
Honestly, I thought you were going to ask if you could take your shirt off. I was prepared for you to say that. I was like, can I take my... Oh, she's going to say shirt.
My shirt was already off, actually. I had a bra on.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Sorry, family.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's your back.
It's my back.
You're going to have to, yeah.
Yeah, and then his 12-year-old son came in and dropped him off something, and he was like, sorry. I was like, it's fine. I'm just, in my bra, sitting here in front of a 12-year-old boy. He was probably like,
this girl with no shoes on over here. What's going on with this one?
Right.
That's hilarious. How old were you when you got that one done?
Dude, I was 27.
I didn't realize you just started not that long ago.
Yes, I am 34 now. I'm 27, I think, in 8 years. What is that? Is that 8 years? I don't know.
You're asking me math.
We're not in it for the math.
Math people here, okay?
No.
We are arts majors. We are not mathies.
Yes. So I'll check the math later, but I think it's
7 years.
7 years. All right. So 20 tattoos in 7 years. So
that's insane. Because I have been getting tattooed since the 90s, and I have 8. But also, you went hard. Okay,
I did go hard.
You're like, okay, I'm going to do this tattoo thing and I'm going to just go hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I have a friend.
I was like, I don't know, maybe one every couple of years.
Yeah. I have a friend that's like, don't stop until you're covered. You know what I mean? And that's how I see it too. But all the last places hurt now. Mm-hmm. I got all the easy places that are pretty easy to tattoo and easy to reach and easy to be less painful for.
Yeah.
So I have to figure that out next.
Okay, tell me about your other ones, because that was your first one. So your favorite one.
My favorite one, or the one that's probably the silliest, is my ghost tattoo.
Right.
It's right here, and that's for my band Obsession with Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And I just discovered them pretty recently from my friend Ian, and I name drop all my friends because I name drop the people that are lovely in my life. So you hear me just talking about people. It's because I want them to feel.
Everyone's gonna know who they are. So they're Clovies, whatever.
They're Clovies. They know what it is. They know Ian and Marnie. It's fine.
Yeah.
I discovered them through him, and I never, I couldn't stop. I loved them so much, and they mean a lot to me. And I guess I'll get into that over the podcast eras that we're going to do.
Yeah.
But they have a really, I guess it's not such a silly tattoo, actually. They're very, very meaningful for me.
Yeah.
So I guess that's okay. And then I guess my most meaningful one is my mom's tattoo for my mom. It says mom there written. And I have a, Night Blooming Cirrus.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, geez, I was never been able to guess that.
Yeah. And I blew in Cirrus for her because I brought one home from a professor of mine, and we had so much fun just like watching it bloom and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She's passed 4 years ago now. So yeah. So yeah, I guess like that's like the runs the gamut of like tattoos. It's
Yeah.
like stuff that's like super meaningful to you and someone who's passed, to like stuff that's like really meaningful to you that like you like and stuff like that. I'm very much like go get it and worry about the consequences later thing. And if you like get tired of it, like I don't know, like it was good for that period of your life. You know what I mean? Like that's how I view it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
it's literally like I have two memorial tattoos as well. I have a large butterfly on my back for my granny. I have one on my calf. I mean, it's almost from knee to ankle, I would say, full outside. That almost put me right off of tattoos in general, but that one was for um my stepbrother that passed away. So I do have two memorial tattoos as well. Actually, now that I think about it, other than my first two tattoos, the rest of them have actually a lot of meaning to them.
right.
Yeah, which is I didn't realize that, but yeah, so I have two memorial tattoos as well. But I'm the same way. Like, well, first of all, you can cover them. I did cover I covered my second tattoo because it was pretty janky, and you can still kind of see it through it. But whatever. It's on my ankle, so no one's really paying attention. But and I just feel like it's who I was at the time and what I was into. And I have a great story for the first one about just picking it right off the wall and being like, hey, make it in blue. Because it's my favorite color. Maybe add some purple. I did not take care of that first one either. It swelled up. I had no idea. I mean, it was a pretty small first tattoo, I guess, like comparatively. I think I paid $40 for it. You can't get anything for $40.
No, I mean,
$40
even,
Canadian, so that's even cheaper in the States.
I know, not even like a flash tattoo can you get for that.
No, it was pretty cheap. I think my second one was like 30. It was tiny. It was very small, but it was, same guy. I went back to him twice before he just disappeared. Funny story. He literally was like there and then he wasn't. And I was like, okay, whatever. I actually have never had any of my tattoos done by the same person twice.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. All
That's
my tattoos
cool.
are done by different people, different places. I've gone to the same place a couple times. Okay, I should say the first two tattoos, which I don't really count because they were done kind of back to back. They were done by the same person. But everything else after that, different places, different artists. So
That's crazy because I've gotten multiple tattoos from multiple artists. I try to only go to female artists. My first one was done by a male artist, which, no shade. Just like, it's kind of what I prefer is to support my fellow females and people in the industry and that kind of thing. But that's crazy that you've never gone back.
No, and I think it's because I wait so long between tattoos that they move around or I forget their names. Honestly, it's mostly like that because I just forget. I've gotten two tattoos and like in different cities. So I got this one when I went to visit Bailey down in the States. Which is my favorite. And I got this one on my arm, which is kind of hard to show because it's kind of sideways. It's hard to see right now, but it's a sea turtle in a bunch of geometric stuff that was done in Vancouver. Everything else was done like locally, but like I've never gone for the same person twice.
That's crazy. I love that.
I don't know when I go to visit Bailey again, I may have to. She did great work. That's great.
She did. And I got one too.
Yeah,
you can't see it.
You can't see it. It's beautiful though. I can vouch for it. I think like we've talked about before, it's a creative expression, a way to just kind of like put a bit of our personalities on our bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. Is like someone can like, it's also like a conversation starter too. Like, like somebody comes up to you and is like, hey, I love your tattoos. It's like, hey, like, great, I have this crazy story about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's a way to ice break certain situations, which I think is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have 5 minutes left in
Oh,
our
wow.
yeah.
Flew by.
Flew by. So if you're not listening to us, go back to the first episode, start from the beginning, be a Clovey. We're on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Angie is doing a beautiful job of editing all these little shorts that you can watch too. And yeah, so any eulogies today?
Yeah. I just think like, I mean, we got into tattoos a lot. Obviously, they're obviously very meaningful for us. I'd like to hear if anyone has any fun stories about their tattoos.
Yes.
Put it below. Comments. Let us know. You don't have to get super personal if you don't want to.
Yeah.
But maybe put some kind of like little emoji in the thing.
Yes. Let's try to guess what your tattoo is from the emoji.
That's perfect. Yes. Put an emoji in that represents one of your tattoos. Or
and then
two that you
guess.
want. And then we'll try and guess what it means. And if you don't have tattoos or you're not into tattoos, but you still want to participate, put a garlic clove in the comments below. Because we love our clovies. And it's always nice to hear that we're not just talking into the void.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, and thank you so much for listening. If you are listening, and even if you did jump into this episode and didn't listen to the other episodes, we still love you.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. But you should go listen to those other episodes if you like what you hear. So
yeah, I do a lot of ranting. Bailey does a lot of laughing.
That's so true. Oh, right on cue. Oh my god.
And we have a lot of fun because we don't take ourselves too seriously, or we try not to, anyways.
Yeah, we definitely try not to do that. So we will see you here on Thursdays, and hopefully not before Thursday.
Oh my god, do we have a quick second to talk about that?
We do.
Good.
I'm new to the whole scheduling posts things, and I scheduled it, and I was like, cool, it'll come out Thursday, it'll like whatever, and then it just posted like on a Sunday. So that was the last episode. So like, so sorry.
I was like laughing because I subscribe to Spotify on my personal account. I'm not gonna even lie, like that's just for numbers. So I'm like editing the YouTube stuff, and ping, I get an email, and I'm like, she's posted. Is it just a notification? Does she know? So I send her a quick message. I'm like, hey, did you actually schedule them? She's like, yeah, I scheduled them. I'm like, got an email. She's like, oh my god.
That was the best part. Like I gaslit Angie so bad. I was like, yeah, I scheduled it. It's fine.
I was like, okay. I'm like, well, my email says different.
Yeah, she's like, no, you didn't, bud. Like, you super didn't.
To be fair, I honestly, it did not bother me that it went up. It was so funny because I just feel like it was just like, she was just like, yeah, I scheduled it. No big deal. And I was like, okay. But it was funny. And honestly, if you are listening to us on Spotify, there's a good chance you might get these early. Because I don't know, if Bailey doesn't figure out the scheduling thing, you might get this on a Sunday.
Oh my gosh.
Monday. You don't know. It's going to be all over the place.
But listen, look for us on Thursdays. Okay.
Yes.
And
on YouTube, we are definitely on Thursdays. I got it scheduled. I know.
But that is so freaking funny that you're like, is it a surprise episode? Is it coming up? Did Bailey mess up?
No. It's, honestly, we're learning this technology, so
yeah, absolutely.
Bear with us. Whatever. We have a lot of technology fun on this podcast.
We do. So so come back, and listen to us, and I think we're wrapping it up.
I think so.
All right. Have a great day, guys, or night, or whenever you listen to this.
We'll see you later.